Welcome to the Work Wives and Real Lives podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ava. We're two best friends and coworkers spilling the tea on business, boundaries, and all the beautiful chaos in between.
From workday wins to real life messes, we're talking through it all.
Unfiltered, unpolished, and always putting friendship first.
Think of it as your weekly catch up with your favorite coworker turned soul sister.
So grab your coffee
or your wine
and let's get into it.
Stunning.
What is up, Work Wife fam? It's Ava and Katie coming at you with our last episode of 2025. Wild.
Is that how it goes? What's the DJ sound when they do the horn thing?
One of those.
I think it was any of them.
But, we are closing the chapter on 2025. This episode, you're going to get everything about 2025 lessons, 2026 intentions, and everything we're leaving behind. One thing we're not leaving behind is the chaos that we bring. And sorry, we're not sorry about last week's episode just being pure chaos. We were not prepared. There's so much going on. That's what you get, That's life.
So, fun fact about last week's episode that wasn't necessarily shared, but you might have ascertained, is that I had only eaten a garden salad with some boiled chicken for lunch. And then we started filming before I had dinner. And as we know, that's a mistake for me if I start drinking before I eat. I think I was drunk halfway through the episode. At that point, I had the worst hangover the next day. It was
my favorite
bad.
Quote that you and Kelsey constantly in our group chat will say, it's either Saturday morning, Sunday morning, or maybe even a weekday. It's always, the problem was you didn't eat. But we're proud of our girl Kelsey this past weekend. She ate before she went out.
She made sure to text us too. I would like it known that I am eating a meal before I am going out drinking.
Was she having falafels or something?
I think so.
Something to really soak up everything.
You need carbs,
Truly.
I was supposed to start filming 45 minutes ago, but I told Ava, I was like, I need to eat something before, and I had just got home from work, and so I was like, I need to eat something before, and Garrett was still making dinner. I had specifically asked for steak and mashed potatoes because protein, I need some carbs. And so then he finally finishes the dinner, and I put the steak on my plate, and I was like, oh, okay, where's the mashed potato? This is so annoying. I'm probably this is why the men of the internet hate me, because I'm just this annoying wife who doesn't cook, but I do everything else, and we will talk about that in a minute. I was like, where's the mashed potatoes? He's like, oh, you wanted that tonight? And I'm like, yeah.
This is something I've noticed about Garrett. Anytime I've been over and he's in charge of cooking, he will only cook the meat and that's it.
Well, he made meat, and then he's like, well, I made an artichoke. So he boiled an artichoke, which was good, but it's that's not nice. Sustenance. It's tasty.
Yeah.
So I might still be drunk by halfway through. I did slam some Pirates booty though, because I just knew that Pirates booty. Okay. Pirates booty is top tier of snacks. If we had that when we were kids, it did not exist, I don't think.
It's more, for me, it's Cheez-Its.
I love a Cheez-It. A Cheez-It and a Diet Coke hits almost
slaps.
Actually, probably better than Cheez-Its and Flaming Hot Cheetos. Because your mouth doesn't your sinuses don't get inflamed. You can still, you not have a runny nose by the end. You just get a little salty, and then you're on your way.
Cute.
Love that. What were we talking about? Being drunk. Yes.
Being drunk in last week's episode.
How it might happen again, because all I ate was protein tonight for dinner.
But we're going to have some great conversations and reflect about this past year. So, it could get deep here.
We did prepare to, so technically last week we prepared, we always make an outline of the episodes, but then we didn't really follow up the outline with any substantial.
No, we just hit record and we went for it.
We just started going. So today we prepped. We laid out what we wanted to talk about for the meat of the episode. Obviously, some stuff we don't tell each other because we want it to be
raw.
Actually, most of the stuff we didn't tell the details of what we were going to talk about, but we both acknowledged that we had prepared something to talk about this time.
Hey, that's a
win. We'll see. We're slightly more prepared.
we're slightly more prepared. You let us know. But I think the people like the chaos. That's why they keep coming back for more. I don't
They
know.
keep on coming back.
Before we get into it, though, let's chat about our weekends. You always have fun, eventful things, so I'm going to go first because mine's short, sweet.
You're
I
fun, so be quiet.
I I am fun. However, have amnesia and like short-term memory loss. I quickly forget everything that I've done ever in my life until there's moments like this where it's in conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, this happened to me. Oh yeah, that happened. Like, oh yeah, I did
Did I
this.
even talk to you this weekend?
No, I felt as though you were mad at
Gross.
me. So anytime you don't talk to me, I'm like, well, that's cool. She hates me. It's fine.
Did we talk
But
about when I texted you a K earlier, right before we got on the pod?
oh my
But it
gosh.
was because I like hit send I was spelling the word week and I just wrote WEE and then my finger accidentally hit send. And so then I sent another
And then she just sent
K
K.
separately.
And all I saw was like the preview of the message, and it was from Katie saying K. I was like, well, fuck you too. Okay. Like, that's how we're starting the night. I opened
Continue.
up the text message and I was like, oh, yes. Okay. There we go. I was about to start crying.
Yeah.
But my weekend was great. So in our small group that we're part of out here with our church, we as in the men created these little bags to give out to any homeless people, and there's just little items in the bag of like hand warmers, things to
That's
keep
so
them
sweet.
warm. Yeah, it was super sweet. And so my friend and I and our husbands decided, hey, when we go out this weekend into downtown, let's bring the bags with us and just like
You're just like
whoever.
passing them out in the wild. You're not like donating them to a charity.
No, it was more just like out and about in the wild, real time. And so we only came across one homeless person. So, and then it was so bad. It, we would walk by some people, we're like, are they homeless or what's going on here? But then they whip out like a phone or
Oh
they
my
had,
God.
so we're like, oh, wait, no, no, no.
What
Well,
is
it's
the
so
homeless
hard.
population where you guys, it can't be that much.
I don't know the exact number or percentage, but it's nothing compared to California and what
Yeah,
you come
I would
across
imagine.
in LA or
I mean, I feel
even
like,
Orange County.
yeah, that would be a pretty tough place. Anywhere Eastern would be a pretty tough place. Like the weather alone. Like it's,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So we came across this man in a wheelchair. My husband was the one to go up to him and give him a bag. So that was sweet, but we ended up at a Christmas bar that it was poppin'. The children were out, they were ready to go. I was literally dressed like a grandma because it's so freaking cold. I had a like thick scarf, I had like a long snow coat and boots, and these hoes are just like in nothing and
Yeah.
like skirts, tights, and I felt like I was being judged. But you know what? I was warm. Okay, little girl.
Little girl.
Little girl. But the Christmas bar was fun. We were a little nervous because it was standing room only. And you know it's gonna be poppin' when they start checking IDs at the door. We're like, ooh.
Mm, yeah.
So
One of those
that was
bars.
fun.
Was it like a college bar?
No, it's
Oh,
it's we're in a college town, and so everyone just looks like they're 12 years old out here.
yeah.
I mean, same. Look at me. But I get mistaken sometimes. But so everywhere we go, there's somewhat of a college population, but we try to go to things that are more our speed aesthetic. We like lightly dimmed, quiet, um, specialty cocktails, nothing like loud music. We did go to a college bar one time though, and they were playing um Blast from the Past, and it was music from our era. I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Oh,
Like, "Wait, I know this one."
nice.
You know?
Everyone else is like, what is this?
Yeah, like, "What is
Is this a
this?"
new artist? I don't even know.
Right? But that was pretty much our weekend, and then Sunday was just running errands, putting together some furniture because we're finally deciding, to settle in here after 2.5 years, and we got a dresser and nightstands finally.
Oh,
So we, as in my husband, put it all together this weekend. I was there to provide some direction, but
what
not
have you been using in lieu of those things? The floor?
um the floor for like nightstands. I just put my phone on the ground. Same with my water bottle. And then in our
Wow.
closets, I have these like little bins, not like plastic bins, but decorative bins to put underwear, whatever, socks. But now we have dresser drawers. I was making a joke that my husband was finally able to move into our master bedroom because all of his clothes and like everything is in our guest bedroom. That's like
Uh-huh.
where he lives. That's where he stays. Everything of mine is in the guest bedroom. I'm like, oh, look, you can actually move into the
Your room.
master bedroom. Yeah, into your room. You have 3 drawers.
I'll say my husband and I's first house together, we always had apartments with like randomly adequate closet space, but our first house was really small. It was like 900 and something square feet. It was a 2 bedroom, 1 bath little bungalow in Long Beach.
Cute.
And it was so cute. But like the closets, I mean, this thing was
Yeah.
tiny. And so he had the guest room closet, and then we had Wyatt, but babies don't take up that much space.
Yes.
So then when we moved to our second house in Long Beach, he still that was a 3 bedroom, so most of his stuff was still in the guest room there. And then when we moved into this house, he has his own, like, there are 2 distinct closets in the, primary bedroom, and he has one, but half of his side is commingled with my sweatshirts because I like a sweatshirt. I have a lot of sweatshirts. And then all of his like formal wear is in the guest bedroom still. So along with my wedding dress, which is in a box. Also, okay, so there was this bride that came like in the news that she had her wedding dress like cleaned, preserved, whatever, they put it in a box, and, like, years later,
Yeah.
she opened it, and it wasn't her dress, like, they put in some cheap dress or, like, something to,
My
like, make it
gosh.
feel heavy, and she had, like, a designer
No.
dress, and I had a worry about that because the point of it getting it preserved is you don't open the box because it, like,
Right.
keeps it sealed, and I have a very wing dress, and so it's like, if I
My gosh.
I know, I don't know if my mother ever told my dad how much that dress was.
Meanwhile, I got mine on Black Friday.
Hey,
She's a super saver.
you looked beautiful. Your dress was
Thanks.
stunning.
Thanks.
It's not about the designer, but I'm just thinking, like, what if they did that and they swapped out my dress and it's been 10 years but I have not opened the box. Like, I just assumed they put the right dress back in.
We need to open the box. That's what we
We'll
need
do
to
an
do.
unboxing in the new year.
We'll do an unboxing, a little try on. I don't think I did anything else. We had a big event at the studios. I was not there, but I was lurking on the cameras.
Well, not on the Tustin one because we had to
Not on the
record
Tustin
it.
one. In the beginning, I was at Tustin, and it was funny because I had to move my body, and so I took a workout class, and I was getting messages from one of our employees at the Tustin studio, just like asking questions and saying like these 2 vendors weren't there yet. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I went on the cameras to like check to see later on if everyone was there. And my friend that was taking the class with me started laughing. She's like, "Are you on the security cameras at your work right now?" I'm like, "Yes, we have a big event right now. Don't
It
judge
was
me."
so good. That was a little bit of my Saturday, but it was so good.
Yes.
You did
That's
such a good job.
Thank you. Yeah. So we had a holiday market at our 2 studios, and it's been 2 months in the making. Yeah.
Yeah. All the vendors too, they were all like super local besides like Lindora is local because it's a franchise, but
Yeah.
not brand name besides Lindora at RSM. And they were all just like literally so grateful to like be there. And they were all just
Hmm.
everyone was so nice, and I hope
That
everyone
makes
loved
me
it.
happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope everyone loved it. I haven't heard anything as far as in the email chatter of negativity. It's
I'm
good.
gonna say it was a hit.
Yeah. If someone dared to send a evil email about that event, that would have broke me. That would have been it.
Do you need to get your Pokemon card box out right now?
Oh my gosh. I swear he wants so bad to be on the pod.
He really does. He had all day to pull that
Every
box out. Close the door, dude. I can hear like what? Oh my god. Do you want to be on the pod, Garrett? Do you want to be on the pod? Do you want to be on the pod? He nodded, yeah. He wants to be on. He's jealous.
Just like a silent nod, just like,
It was like one of those.
oh, yeah.
With like the little sound. I can only really blink with one eye. The other eye, it's kind of weird.
I look like there's something wrong with me if I start blinking.
Your mouth has to open, right? Like no one can blink with their mouth closed. I guess they can, but you can still
Oh,
like
no,
it.
don't do that. That's scary. I look possessed.
Basically.
Basically.
Can you whistle?
No.
I can do sucking in,
Yes, you can.
but I can't. I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
No. My husband can weirdly whistle with his mouth closed. Like you can't even tell that he's the
Well,
one whistling. I
you
Yeah.
need air, right? Can he do the one where you put the fingers in the mouth and make like the really loud one? Like the
Yes.
I can't do it.
His whistling. So we always joke that when we do have children, he's going to be Captain Von Trapp.
Oh my god. Part of my
Just with the
weekend
whistling.
update.
Yes. Captain Von Thirst Trap, we love him.
We love an old school Christopher Plummer.
Ooh,
That's who it was, right? I feel like it.
don't know his real name.
Cute.
Anyhow, let's chat about your weekend.
My weekend started with Mr. Trap, Captain Von Trapp, if you would.
Yum.
So my parents were in town this week and they came over Friday night. So they had picked up my son from school. My daughter had a Girl Scout event at this local skating rink, which I refuse to go to because it clearly has not been updated since like 1987.
It says
And
holiday skate.
yes,
Ew.
people love it, but it looks exactly as I imagine it looked. Like the carpet is it's so gross. Garrett heard or read or talked to someone and they said that the land is actually owned by a developer to build condos on, but they just haven't moved forward on it. So they're on a month-to-month lease. So like they just keep
At
like
this time, it's a national treasure in Orange, so you can. So much has happened
if
there.
they got rid of the soda shop, they can get rid of the oh sorry, my ear itches.
Holiday skate is where
Again.
I
Again.
heard Chris Brown for the first time run it. I was just
Run it.
rollerblading my heart out, and that came on.
So I can't rollerblade. I can't do anything on. I really shouldn't be allowed to drive at this point. I've been in so many car accidents, and most of them are my faults. I I don't skate. I don't roll. I don't
She
blade.
doesn't roll, blade.
Can barely ride a bike. I'm just not a lot on wheels. I mean, I can get to somewhere, but like if it has to be straight and flat, like if there's a lot of windy bumps, if I have to stop suddenly,
Yeah,
I just don't
not
care
good.
for it. Anyway, I don't know how. Oh yes, so my daughter was at that. And then our friends, Alex and Taylor, were in town with their daughter, and they were staying the night. So I was home at that point with just my parents and Everett, and my parents, when we were in Europe, they were watching them and they introduced him to The Sound of Music, and he fell in love with the movie and he loves the song. What are we gonna do about Maria?
Oh, yes.
And he sings that all the time and he loves it. So we put that movie on, and then the captain, when like Julie Andrews is getting introduced to the family for the first time.
Yeah.
Bitch, you need to itch yourself right now. I'm on the pod. Thank you. He starts doing like the little whistle he has,
Yeah.
and Pepper was like, she got scared. So maybe I need to get a whistle. Maybe she'll behave. Do I need to whistle?
She already behaves.
She behaves, except when she runs down the hill to bark at people on the street.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
There's a fence for concerned dog owners out there, but she just runs up against the fence and barks at people. And
It is hard trying to lure her back in.
yeah, we have a corner lot, and so it's a pretty long span of fence she has, and so she just runs back and forth. She's protecting the land, and
She's doing
I
her job.
respect it. But sometimes we're at the top of a hill, and then there's like a little canyon, and then another hill, so it just echoes. One time, this psycho, so she had gotten locked outside accidentally by our house cleaners, not the most recent one, but the one before. And I was gone. Garrett was out of town or something, and I was gone most of the day. And I come home, or no, our dog walker came over at like 7 o'clock to let her out, and the house cleaners had let her out during the day. And then she was like, "Oh, Pepper was locked outside the whole time, and someone left you because she always like our dog walker always checks our mail for us." And we're not playing right now. And someone had left like a killer style note in our mailbox, like all Sharpie, all caps, like, "Your dog's been barking for hours. If it doesn't stop, we're gonna call animal control," and like all
Jeez.
this crazy stuff. And I'm like, she got accidentally locked outside. Oh shit, dog.
She knows we're talking about her. She's like, "Bitch, you better
Bitch.
not."
Oh my god, you almost just killed my glass of wine and my computer. Again, if you're not watching this on video, please do, because you just
Please
missed my
do.
dog whipping my desk. It's not a desk, it's like a folding table I used to put my computer on. Ew. But I'm like, instead of being concerned that there's this dog who never barks for this extended period of time barking, like, I
Right.
hope everything's okay. Maybe you got murdered in your house and your dog's barking. Like, you're going to threaten to call animal control on us for our unruly dog. Like, it was the only time she's ever been locked outside. And like, I mean, at this point, we've probably been in the house like 2 or 3 years. And I'm just like, calm your tits, people. There's goats in our neighborhood. There's other dogs that bark all the time. Like, I hear them all. And like, you know what? We have the green parrots,
Yes.
but if you live in or Southern California, of the infamous green parrots. They all
Yes.
flock in our neighborhood. They're the loudest things ever. So like, let's talk about the parrots, okay?
Let's
Not
talk
my
about
dog.
the parrots. No, I've definitely heard other animals and specifically dogs barking until the wee hours of the night. So,
Yeah, it's what happens when you live in an unincorporated area that people have lots of animals. There's not really rules out here. Technically county rules, but who's enforcing that? Who knows? Anyway, so that was Friday night, and then our friends came over, Garrett and Wyatt came home, and that was fine. And then Saturday was the wildest day. I had to be at the one studio at RSM at 8 to help facilitate the vendor setup, which was good that I was there because there was a little bit of um challenge with who to set up where.
it's a little bit
Then
tight.
a little bit tight, but we made it work, and I bought something from almost every vendor. The only thing I didn't get was permanent jewelry just because I have literally so many on my arm already, and I also didn't have time because
Yeah.
I had to jet to my hair appointment, was there for a few hours, had to go straight from there to our friend's 2-year-old's birthday party, home for 30 minutes to change, then to my daughter's Christmas recital, then to dinner with my family and another friend group, or like parents and kids. Oh man, I'm tired talking about it. And then Sunday, I woke up and my son was singing in church. And then we went to brunch with my dad after. And then I think we were supposed to go see Harper sing. I don't remember, but I fell asleep on the couch at like some
No.
early like, I was so tired. I just passed
Yeah.
out when we got home from brunch, at, like, 1 o'clock. Like, we went to brunch at, like, 11 because church wasn't that long, or 11:30, and I was exhausted, and then I cleaned, and then I woke up yesterday, Monday. We're filming on Tuesday this week, and I had to teach a 6 a.m. class at RSM, come home, get ready, go to work, go to my midday Pilates class. Then like 4 o'clock rolls around, 4:10, I remember the time. So it was like, oh, class starts in 20 minutes. And the teacher who's teaching is feeling ill. No one else can cover. So I can't be there by the 4:30. Luckily, she was okay enough to teach that class, but she was supposed to teach all four. So then I go and I teach 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. In between, go to our neighbors at Cancun Juice, grab a bag of chips and Diet Coke to slam between classes so I literally don't pass out. And go back to Cancun Juice after to treat myself to the world's like best and biggest wet burrito.
Mm,
Get home at 8:50 p.m. And I'm so t tired, but, like, when I teach that late in the evening, my mind is, like, wound for so long that it takes me a while to,
right.
like, wind down even though my body's physically tired. But, like, my body was so beat up that, like, I couldn't really eat the burrito. I maybe ate half of it, which normally I
Mm,
can crush a whole one if you know me. And Garrett went to bed at, like, right after I got home at, like, 9, and then, I don't know, I just had to do some, like, closing stuff of the house for the night. I finally fell asleep at, like, 11, and then this morning, it's not the weekend, but I have to tell you. We both wake I was so tired, and, like, Wyatt walked in our room at, like, 6:45, and Garrett's been asleep since 9 PM, mind you.
yeah.
I fell asleep at, like, around 11. He's not getting up to help his children, so they're just, like, standing us. I'm like, "All I wanna do is sleep right now, but I'll get up." So I get up, I feed the dog, I get the kids started, whatever. He rolls out of bed shortly later, helps a bit, and then it's like 7:30. If I'm taking the kids to school, I have to be ready to go by we have to leave by 7:50 regardless. So that means I
Right.
also have to be ready at 7:50 because I have to go straight from their school to my work because it's like the opposite direction of our house, which is why he normally takes them. He has a tea time this morning for golf.
Jeez.
So at like 7:30, I'm curling my daughter's hair. I'm still in my pajamas, hair up, no makeup on. Clearly, I have not been getting ready because I got both kids dressed, fed the dog, dealt with all the other things for the last 45 minutes in the house.
Yeah.
I don't take a long time to get it ready, but I need at least 30 minutes. And he, of course, hid in the bathroom for about a half an hour, as all men do.
They do.
And so I was so mad. So I'm like, Wyatt wanted her hair curled. So I'm curling her hair. He comes in and I'm still in my pajamas. He's like, "You're not taking the kids to school?" And I said, "When
Excuse
in
me?
the last 45 fucking minutes of you sitting in the bathroom and me dealing with all the stuff with the kids, checking her homework, signing her forms, whatever, getting them both dressed, feeding the dog, did you think I had time to get ready to take them to school?" "Well, I have a tea time at 9:15. I'm like, "Great. It's 7:30. You can go drop
Yeah.
them off and go straight to your tea time. How about that?" "Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay." I started crying. I was like, "This
Oh,
is like I worked a 15-hour day yesterday.
yeah.
You worked, and then you came home, and I come home, and you're watching anime, which is fine. Like, you didn't have to work. That was a decision I made by opening multiple businesses on top of working my day job. But like, I did this 15-hour day and I had to get up first with the kids and I had to get them ready because you rolled out of bed so late because you were tired. The
Yeah.
audacity to tell me you're tired at this point and then hide in the bathroom for 30 minutes and then still expect me to have time and all of that to get the kids to school. I was livid.
I would have been seeing red.
I said, "So if you want me to take the kids to school right now, that means I have to throw some sweats on, take them to school, come back. That means I'm getting home at 8:30. That means I'm not starting to get ready from work until 8:30. So I'm getting into work well past. It's a half an hour for me to get to work. So like at least 9:30 in a best case scenario at this point."
Yeah.
Where you can just throw on some golf clothes right now, drop them off at 8:15. It takes you a half an hour-ish to get to the golf course, maybe 45 minutes, you get there at 9. I'm sorry you don't have time to warm up, but you're really weighing your golf tee time over me, my mental capacity at this point, and B, like, getting to my actual job on time.
Yeah.
I was
Furious.
oh, yes. And then he didn't make me mashed potatoes tonight, so, divorce.
Gee, baby. Just
He is not taking
needs a
notes.
he's not. He needs to get it together.
Please talk to him because nothing I say resonates until I full on lose it.
He won't listen to me.
I know. He doesn't listen to anyone besides his
No,
own
he's not
inner
listening to you.
monologue. So that
Anywho.
was my weekend. I'm tired.
She's tired.
For the first half of today, if you couldn't tell by our phone call earlier this morning, I was so pissed at the world. Like, I didn't know if I was going to be in the right headspace to talk tonight.
Yes.
But
No.
that's fine by the end of the day.
No, I felt that, and I played a part in all of that. and I apologize.
No, your part was, like, so small, it's, like, not a big deal, but I was just like, "Not another thing, I can't fucking." I was,
Just
like, running
another thing to
numbers this
add.
morning, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I was like I really did have a 10 o'clock meeting, though, which is also another reason I was talking so fast, but I had to make sure you knew that it wasn't just because I wasn't even that I was in a terrible mood already, and so it was just like, "I'm just gonna say it really fast and hang up, and then we're gonna move on."
Oh, yeah. No, you're good. I I've learned, I'm like, it's not me, there's something else, but I'm adding to whatever this is.
Well, that was do something else today.
Boy, what a time. What a time to be
I need
alive.
it to be next week because I need everyone to be on break. I need to be on break, and I need a break. Need a break.
Yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
am terrible at taking a break though, and when I think about taking a break, I look at our, like, scheduling app. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I waited too long." I waited way too long to, like, put in, like, time off requests. I'm like, "It's fine. At least we're closed Christmas Day, so that's good."
Well, I can do your job up until
It's fine. There
the
shouldn't be
28th,
anything really going on. If anyone dares to email the studio
Christmas Eve.
anything Christmas Eve to New Year's Day, no, no.
We should set like a out of office response, like auto response, where it just emails them back like, our management team is currently off until January 2nd. So we will respond to your
Do you
inquiry at that
imagine?
time
You cannot cancel your membership until after the new year.
after the new year. Cancellations are closed for the month, unfortunately.
They truly are, so don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it.
Don't even think about it, okay? Uh, well, let's segue into things that we're leaving behind in 2025, but also entering into 2026, which is going to be a segment that we're going to introduce in the new year. I'm gonna have Katie just kind of take it away.
Okay. Yeah, so we are still going to bring you the dramatic email readings as they naturally occur, but we love the interaction with all of our fans about our unpopular opinions.
Our 3 fans.
Our 3
Thanks.
fans. So we are going to be introducing in 2026, which we're gonna give you a preview of tonight, a new segment called Unpopular Opinions. And it is gonna be one of us sharing one of our own personal unpopular opinions or one that we've been made aware of in the ether of the world. And we'll debate it. And then we'll also follow up with social stories to get your guys' feedback and then loop that into the following week's episode with a new unpopular opinion. So that's what's to come in 2026. And if you thought that this was just like a little podcast that was going to go 18 episodes and then die, you were wrong because we are
No.
here. We are here to stay. Ava's getting on Dancing with the Stars one day, and
Ayo.
you're gonna get your unpopular opinions next year. But we're gonna
Katie's
start
gonna be able
tonight.
to
Quit my job.
quit her
Job.
jobs.
Job.
Jobs.
Plural. Can we talk
So
about the
good.
fact that this is why the peach emoji represented something?
It looks like an anal. A anus.
That's a peach, you guys. That's a peach.
Not a booty hole.
If you're watching, if you're not watching, please do. It's just, it gives you so much more
Truly why that emoji is
context.
the booty
You know, I'm not a
emoji.
peach. Like, I don't eat peaches. I'm not a peach fan. But now looking at this in reverse or like with the camera behind me, it makes sense. I get it.
You know who loves peaches?
Your husband.
No. A fictional character that you absolutely hate, Belly Conklin from The Summer I Turned
Oh,
19.
God. That bitch. She's the most annoying fictional character
A peach hates to see her
ever.
coming.
Is that when she had it all down her face and
Yeah.
Conrad wiped her face with his shirt like a
I
parent
miss
wiping their
Conrad. Yeah.
2-year-old's face?
Yeah.
Gag
You
me.
know.
It's not cool. It's a terrible show.
It was the best show, and another show that's starting up soon, which I'm stoked. Emily in Paris. Pretty sure it's this
Obviously.
weekend. Yeah.
It's
So
Thursday. I think
excited.
it drops. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so excited. But until then, let's chat about our unpopular opinions. You go first because I'm debating between what to share.
Oh, I thought only one of us was going to share.
Oh,
Are we both
okay.
going to share? We'll both share for the intro. And then
Okay.
going
Yeah.
forward, we'll do one a week.
Okay. Perfect.
So mine was going to be that. So when we talked about this earlier, I just thought you didn't care about my unpopular opinions. You just were suggesting your own. It's fine.
Oh, sorry. Obviously, everything's about me.
I will not eat scrambled eggs without ketchup on them.
Is it like
Yeah.
a texture thing, a taste
It's
thing,
a
or
it's a combination of the ketchup with the eggs. And as a child, I ate ketchup with literally everything, like on mac and cheese. But I
oh,
will tell you, best life hack, sriracha on mac and cheese.
yeah, that sounds like it would be a good combo.
But I would like make my mac and cheese like soupy with ketchup. Now
Oh,
thinking about it, I'm like, mm. Also, I love ketchup. So I would take salami when I was a kid. I love salami still to this day. And I would fold it into a little burrito or like a taco, and I would put ketchup in the middle and I would just eat that.
Oh my gosh.
Everything was a vessel for me to eat ketchup, and that's how it literally is with my son now. He will
Wow.
put ketchup or Chick-fil-A sauce on everything.
Do you remember the ketchup back in the day where it was like different colors? It was like purple,
Oh,
green.
blasphemy. That is not the color of a tomato. Well, I guess there are purple and green tomatoes, but
I loved the purple one, but yeah, I don't want to look at how they made it purple. I don't want to
lo
know.
lots of food coloring.
Ew.
But do you eat ketchup on your eggs? Do you eat eggs?
No. Today I literally had a egg just like straight up for breakfast with like a little drizzle of sriracha, but like that was it. And then for lunch yesterday, I had another just straight up egg. I'm on an egg kick. I just love eggs, but I can eat it plain. I can dress it up. I can dress it down, you know?
It is very rare that I will eat an egg plain. It either has to like, as an adult, I still enjoy ketchup with my eggs, but I also enjoy salsa verde, sriracha,
Mm.
like an egg white bite from Starbucks. Will not eat
Oh,
it if it doesn't have sriracha, like,
delish.
doused all over it.
Love,
You are the neediest dog I have ever met.
love. Um,
What's your
on the
unpopular opinion?
topic, okay, well, I have a few, but on the topic of food, I hate tomatoes, but I love like pasta, marinara sauce. I
Marinara.
marinara
Your
sauce.
accent.
But something, it's the taste of a tomato. I had tomatoes in my dinner tonight and I want to gag. I don't know what it is. I will take it completely out of a hamburger if it's in there. I will work around every single thing that a tomato is touching. But I will like pizza sauce slaps, like
I will
tomato sauce.
say I am with you on that. I do not want a tomato on my burger, but I will eat a tomato. Like I love a caprese salad. So if I have like slices of tomato with cheese and balsamic, I can slam that. But I like tomato in very particular, like in its full form in like very particular settings. My
Yeah,
daughter will eat a whole case of cherry tomatoes, just like pop them like candy.
that is no, that's wild behavior. I had a little cherry tomato plant growing. I don't know why. I don't eat tomatoes, but it was cool that I could like grow these little things for nobody to eat. And then it died in the winter. So RIP, the shriveled little tomatoes. But yeah, I love marinara sauce. I love pizza sauce, but no, anywhere else, disgusting. Don't even get me started on Bloody Marys. Blech. Oh my gosh, criminal behavior. A person next to me,
You're insane.
no, someone next to me on a flight asked for straight up tomato juice. I
I mean, tomato
wanted to
juice
gag.
unseasoned. So, like, when I was pregnant, I would drink Bloody Mary mix without the vodka because
Ugh,
that's how much I like the flavor of it. Straight tomato juice is a whole nother story, but like,
yeah,
Bloody Marys
I
are the perfect
no,
cure for a hangover. I'm just saying that right now. It
no,
is
I've
the
tried
best.
all the options. I tried a Bloody Mary, a Bloody Maria, a bourbon one.
No,
Um,
you,
I've
needs
had
to
some
be
with,
checked
like,
out.
even more bacon and whatnot in it.
Oh, bacon and a
I've asked
blade.
them
So
to, like,
good.
add more alcohol in it to just drown out the tomatoes. It
You're not getting the it spice straight. The spices matter.
No, it tastes like my own puke, in which I'm afraid of puking. I literally cry hysterically anytime I puke, and so tasting it, I just start crying.
Wow.
Anywho, love me some marinara.
You're tortured.
Well, that's our segment of unpopular opinions.
So we've got eggs with ketchup. We have tomatoes and Bloody Marys, all in the
Gross.
tomato realm of, we'll call this the tomato segment.
The tomato segment. Let us know your thoughts on the tomato.
Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
It's a vegetable. Everyone needs to calm their tits. No one's eating it as a freaking fruit. I don't know.
How does one eat a fruit?
Just like straight up,
My
like
child
your
eats
daughter.
it. You're
Disgusting.
so
All of it
funny.
disgusting. It doesn't matter if it's a fruit or a vegetable. It's disgusting, and we could live without it.
Another
good.
segment I thought of trying out was me quizzing Ava on United States history and civics.
Okay, I need to defend myself in this case because
It would
that
be so good.
specific day, my mother even called me the other day, and she started the conversation with, "You know you're my smartest child, right?"
What does that say for your siblings?
I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Your podcast episode." I was like, "Oh, the senators." I'm like, "Rhonda, let us not forget my day from hell. I literally woke up at 3 a.m. Eastern time to fly to the West Coast for my flight to be not even, I don't even think the flight existed. I think they just had this flight out there and realized, oops, we don't have an aircraft for this. And this is a full flight to Orange County from Dallas to OC. Anywho, by the time I recorded that podcast, I had been up for, it was a 20-hour day at that point. And so
Wow.
my mind, my body was all numb. When I told my husband what I said,
Oh my God, what did he say?
he said nothing. And
Did he know how many senators there were?
of course he did. And the look of disbelief on his face is one I do not want to see ever again.
Who
The
was the
disbelief and
only
shame.
president to serve 4 terms?
Oh, shit. 4 terms?
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe serve
gosh.
4.
It wouldn't have been recent because the only recent ones have done 2. It'd have to be way back in the day. Can you give me a hint?
I,
Lifeline, call a friend.
it's a man,
Obviously.
and he's white.
Obviously. We've only had one
One
ethnic,
not one non-white.
one non-white president. I don't know.
He served during a war.
Oh, didn't they all? Like in the beginning, we got George Washington, my man Abe.
Oh, Abe.
Abe.
FDR.
Oh, I'm more of a fan of Teddy.
Didn't he die on the toilet or something? I don't think that's the one U.S. government presidential fact is that he died on the toilet.
I mean, yeah. Didn't Elvis die on the toilet too?
He did.
Gosh, yeah, that used to be one of my fears, like pushing way too random time. Yikes. That's not a way to be
When I
found.
was in college, there was this thing called Frocket knowledge because Frockets were in trend.
Yeah.
So Frocket, if you don't know, it's like a front pocket on your shirt, like a little
Cute.
pen pocket, like on a t-shirt. And if you were wearing one, you had to always have Frocket knowledge. And people could call you out on it and be like, what's your Frocket knowledge? Like fact of the day. Like you had to say, or you had to take a drink or something. It was only at
Yeah.
parties. So I always whipped out that either dolphins only sleep with half of their brain on because the other half has to get them back up to the air to breathe. Or that honey, oh my God, I'm going to forget the name. It's like a honey squirrel or a honey something.
Honey badger.
I don't think it's a honey badger. Maybe it's not a honey. I'm gonna Google it because I forgot it now because I don't wear frockets anymore. But anyways, it's this little tiny thing. It looks like a squirrel, but like it's got these really big eyes, and it has the largest testicles proportional to their size of the entire animal kingdom. So like
Wow.
obviously like I don't know, like a whale or
They've got
something
some cojones.
has like the biggest like non-proport like overall biggest, but like proportional to
Yeah.
their bodies. And if you saw this animal's testicles, they basically like drive on the ground. They're so big.
Ew.
And I don't know how I found that out, but I found it out and it was just my Frocket knowledge for years.
That
You
would
also
be
got away with Frocket knowledge if you had like a seltzer or a beer in your Frocket.
oh, that's fun. Let's bring back the frocket.
Frat life, 2010.
Great. Well, let's take it on into a reflection of 2025, a recap of what actually happened. We're going to talk about some of our biggest wins, moments that stretched us mentally, physically, emotionally, and something that surprised us about ourselves this year. Do you want to take it away with any wins from this past year?
Yeah, I think for me, winning one thing, which was also a lesson that I'll tie back to, is like when I changed jobs. I think that when I left my former company and started at my new one, um, it was definitely a win for my mental well-being, financially, um, my family, home life. So for me, that was like a really, really huge win. And then I think for the studios in June, the end of June, we hit like our highest member count for both studios we had ever been at. So that was really cool. RIP the second half of the
RIP.
year. It's great
Yikes.
for a month. But I think that was like really cool to see that growth as well.
Uh-huh.
So from a business perspective or like a career perspective, I think that those are my two biggest wins personally.
I love that. Those are good ones. For me, it's silly, but starting my sourdough journey, that was a huge
That's
win.
not silly.
It was a good way for me to kind of be creative, use my hands, and even like something therapeutic to work with and to grow and to form into something that I can give to others and just find satisfaction in the fact that I can do something like that and keep it alive, except in the summertime. That's another story. Um, wins uh, business-wise too was June hitting our highest member growth that we've seen ever, and also starting the podcast. It's something we've been talking about for a while, just like randomly in conversation that, yeah, we should start a podcast. We should um, do this. And actually taking the leap of faith to do it, that was a huge win.
Say to absolutely echo what you said. And another one for me was starting my Substack, which I had wanted to do for a long time. I will say I've like fallen off the bandwagon as life's gotten busy with it. But when I do have time to write, I really do enjoy writing, even if it's just my 50 something free subscribers. I will take it.
Hey,
I do enjoy writing
it's good.
and
It's an
um
outlet. We all need one.
I will say I was like way too ambitious with it to start with putting out two newsletters a week. And then it went down to like one a week. And then maybe I'm not like last couple months, it's been like one a month because I'm just like, life's gotten in the way. But you know what?
Yeah.
It's fine when I
You
have
did it,
time
and
and
you're keeping up with it in your own capacity.
yeah, and I think, like, a lot of people will say, like, especially in that space, is, like, you have to be consistent and, like, deliver on a certain schedule, and I'm like, I get that to a point, but also, like, if you're just pushing out content to push out content on, like, a certain schedule, it becomes inauthentic, and so, like, there's weeks where I
True.
just nothing comes to me that I feel passionate about writing about, or I'll, like, start writing about something. Like, I have all of these ideas, like, jotted out on a spreadsheet of, like, things I wanna write about, and pick one and start writing. I'm like, actually, I just have no inspiration this week for that. And so it's like,
Right.
do I want to put out something like half-assed, or do I want to like put my everything into something that maybe takes me a long time to write, but like I get out once a month? And so it'll grow when and if it grows, and it'll, become something if it ever becomes something. But I'm just really proud of myself for at least starting it. And same thing with the podcast is like
Yeah.
Ava just like m- bullying me into saying like we're starting the podcast and like here's the equipment you need to order. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's been in the talks, and I feel like when we went into the new year, we're like, "No, this is happening." And
Well, I
so
also think that part of that was, like, me leaving my last company because I would have never been comfortable, I think,
right.
starting the podcast being at my last company, because I didn't tell any of them, like, that I had other businesses or that I basically had a life outside of work, and I don't know how it would have been received there. I don't know how my current company receives it, but I'm definitely not, like, hiding it like I did at my last company. I'm like, "You know what? This is me. And I'm not saying anything like out of pocket towards the company and my current company. I feel like all I do is like rave about how awesome it is to work there. And I'm allowed to have a life outside of what I do for work. And like that's not my whole identity anymore. And it used to be. And so I would have never had the time to do this at my last company because like I would probably still be working right now at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night. And B, I was just so drained all the time, and then B, like, just not feeling comfortable, like, having a life outside of that, which again isn't necessarily saying that, like, someone there told me I couldn't. I think I was told that not by my, like, last boss before I left, but, like, by another manager at one point, but, like, that my whole life had to be like I was a representation of this company, which I do think is true to an extent, but I think it's like also allowing your employees to have a life outside of work and like what drives them personally, I think is important as long as they're not damaging like the reputation of the company in doing so. So, you know, we're here. And so I think all of those things kind of like
The stars aligned.
stars aligned. I changed companies. I had more mental space. I felt more comfortable. And our fans were asking us to just do literally it started with like people saying like you should do a podcast just about like the studio things and like the crazy
Yeah.
emails you guys get because I was posting them on social media, but just to I would post them on stories, but, like, just to, like, my immediate family and friends or other Pure
Right.
Barre owners and or, like, other Pure Barre employees who I knew would, like, understand. It kind of was the spawn of this idea for Ava and I, and then Ava was like, "We're doing it this year." I was like,
Yeah, I saw an
How
opening
do
the
you make a
second
podcast?"
ChatGPT, give me all of your recommendations, how to start a podcast, what equipment do we use, how to do it, all the research. And the
Can we
second you're like, "Hmm,
give a shout out to ChatGPT, though? Because I did not really start using chat till this summer, and, like,
shout out
game
chat.
changer, game changer.
You're a real one.
You're a real one.
We appreciate all of your hard work this past year."
We truly do.
My goodness. What are some moments that stretched you, whether it was financially, emotionally, professionally, anything?
I definitely think the decision to leave my last job was emotionally taxing. Like I
Yeah.
really wavered on that, and I think the events that led up to me wanting to leave and like getting my new job, um, I think there was I think I talked about this on like the last episode or the episode, another episode was like I think my body had a full on like PTSD response to like not being stressed anymore, where I to the effect I got shingles and
Uh-huh.
I was so confusing to me at the time because I was like, I have not been shingles is a lot of times in neuro people triggered by stress. And I was like, I have not been I have not been not stressed like this in so long. Like, w-
Yeah.
I'm not stressed. Like, why am I getting shingles? And I literally, like, Amy was like, I think it's like your body's response to like no longer, like, it's like the opposite. Like, when
Right.
you're like about to go on vacation and then you get sick because you're finally like, or you're on vacation and you get sick because you're finally like able to, like, your body's able to settle.
Yes.
I think that's what
You were
happened.
constantly in like fight or flight mode. And then the second that was done, your body was just like starting to react to the years and especially the last final months of you
Yeah.
being there. And I will say, as your friend too, I'm so happy you made that leap of faith because I could see it affecting just you personally and even just like in our conversations too. Like I
Yeah.
could tell it was draining you. It was just like sucking the life out of you. I'm like, this isn't the Katie I know and love. Let's get her back.
I
Bring
just
her back to
it
me.
sucked because I, like, really loved my job and I knew I was good at it, but the other factors in play were just, like, not conducive to me being happy there,
No.
and, I just I don't it just hit me that, like, this isn't the place I'm supposed to be anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a comfort level too, right? Like, a lot of people our age are known in the corporate world to, like, hop from job to job every couple years, which makes a lot of sense because that's how you get increases faster on a, like, pay perspective. That's just how
Right.
corporate America works, but I had this false sense that if I gave someone loyalty, that that would translate in a reciprocal fashion, and it really didn't, and that was unfortunate to, like, realize, and I think that there's also a comfort thing of, like, I have a good thing going here, I know I was valued there, like, I 100% know that they valued me, like, the people that I actually worked with, but there are
Right.
barriers in place in, like, a corporate setting that your manager no like, sometimes they can't do anything with, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I think that while it was common for people my age or maybe people younger than me to like job hop every couple of years and that works for them, like that was never comfortable for me. Like I didn't never wanted to be the last one in the door, especially in the real estate industry of like if there's a recession and they start layoffs, like you never want to be the last one in the door. So I was like, I'm always going to be like the person that is relied upon and like this is the
Mm-hmm.
person that can never lay off, right? And that ended up not serving me well and over a 13-year career. Um, but, I've learned from it, and I think, like, the transition I made at my current company of just, like, I show up, I do my job, I go home, I don't take it home with me. I'm not planning to ever, like, ask for more, like, I'm fine, just, like, whatever happens, happens. If they're happy, they're happy. If they're not, they're not, and I can move on. Like, I'm glad I have that perspective now because I was, like, so set on, like, being the person at this last company, like
Yeah.
and I was never gonna be, like, the top person at the company because they're based in Virginia, and no one wants to live there. Uh Mostly not me.
No.
But, like, I just I am glad I treat it like a job now, and I have respect for the people I work with, and I hope they respect me, but, like, it's just a job, and I go and I try to do the best job I can do, and I go home, and if I mess up, I mess up, and I'm not gonna, like, let it kill me and, like,
It's good.
whatever, and I think that
That's
that's
huge.
this year was, like, so transformative for me and, like, my mindset of how I view work, and I think that that's been
Yeah.
really, really helpful, and, an area of growth, which I think has been
No, that's a major turning point and area of growth. I'm proud of you. So
thanks. I
proud.
think when, like, your eyelash extension girl, shout out Melissa, friends that I use who I never spoke to during my like, I mean, I would say hi and, like, whatever, but, like, once
Yeah.
my eyelash appointment started, I don't like to talk because, A, this person's, like, right in your face, and so it's like, if I have what if I have bad breath? Or, like, I mean, she wears a mask and stuff, but, like, I'm just like, "You're just close," and
You're very
then
close.
I like to sometimes take a nap, but, like, my phone would be buzzing all the time, and I think she could sense the anxiety it gave me when my phone would buzz,
Yeah.
and she even told Jamie, I remember, like, shortly after I changed jobs, she was like, "Katie's just, like, so much less stressed now, like, I can just tell," and I never even talked to her
That's
about work, so, like,
amazing.
I think when you don't have that context of, like, knowing what was going on, but, like, you can just tell someone's less stressed, I
Yeah.
think that that means it's working? I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. Yay. I hope to be there one day.
Oh, I don't want you to be there. Wait, that means you leave me?
No, no, just not like it's so hard working from home, but not taking my work home
Yeah.
and just knowing like a cutoff, working on it slowly, slowly but surely.
One thing I will say that people told me in my last job, which I never took to heart, is that we're not saving lives. You're not a
Yes.
doctor. You're not a first responder.
No.
It can all wait till the next business day.
Yes. Some people like to push a lot of urgency, which
Yeah.
is hard. Um, But something for me that really stretched me was something I went through emotionally was this program that I graduated from um in was that May? Yeah, it was May. It was right before my birthday. And that it was, oh gosh, was it 12 months? It was about 9 to 10 months long of just every Tuesday night going through just things I've suppressed from the past, learning a little bit more about myself and how I react to certain situations, how I respond to certain situations, and just kind of getting to know me a little bit more, but also forcing me to um, talk about things from my past, and that was very challenging because I became the queen of stuffing, and then just like how you experienced of, like, that fight or flight, just, like, suppressing all the stress that's going on in your
Yeah.
life, and then once you take a moment to pause, it just all comes out, and I felt I'd have random moments where it would all come out, and it would come out in not great ways, and it'd be like nervous tics that I would have, or it would be um, coming out within relationships. And so I definitely kind of, yeah, for those 9 months, I feel like it was just so heavy every single week because I had homework every day, and it'd be things where I'd have to kind of reflect and talk about whatever the situation was, whatever I had experienced. And starting the year off, 2025, we had to do like a full on inventory of our life. I think I've spoken about it before, but it was talking about everything that has
Okay.
happened in your lifetime and in a safe group of people that are also going through the program too. And so yeah, that was a lot. It was the first few weeks of January, and it was just like a group of women, and we were there for probably about 4, 5 hours just sitting and
Wow.
hearing everyone talk about their struggles, their life, and it just really made me realize that everyone has a story, everyone has something, and that you're not alone, and I'm not alone. And so that
I
was
know.
a good way to kinda start off 2025 and go through. But yeah, that one really stretched me.
Yeah.
Really, really made me, step out of my comfort zone and be honest with myself.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that was
glad.
good.
I definitely feel like you had some sort of like, I don't know if healing's the right word, but just like a perspective
Mhm.
shift, and like I definitely
Yeah.
saw like a change in you too, and just even how you handle conflict or difficult situations and how you
Yay.
navigate those. I saw a lot of growth from you this year.
Ah, thanks, friend. Um, yeah, I think that ties into anything that I learned about myself. What surprised me the most this year is how resilient I am, I guess.
Mhm.
Just like my good old sourdough starter, how resilient she is.
Did
Her
you
and
come up with a name for her yet?
people commented and sent in their suggestions. So I need to go through those suggestions and pick one. So TBD, but just resilient as far as, like, physically too. I feel that anytime I film X plus classes, because 'cause I'm taking the classes, I'm teaching it at the same time, and then at the end of it, I'm like, "Dang, the old body still got it."
She still ticks.
She still's got it. But yeah, I surprised myself a lot this year that of things I can do and things I'm capable of, whether it's something physically, um, stepping out of my comfort zone and taking on more responsibilities with work, uh, and kind of going through different changes within the workplace too, which we can chat about as well
Okay.
if we want.
Yeah, I think for me it's similar. I think resilience and like feeling like taking a leap. Like for me, I don't know if people will, if you don't know me, like really realize how ingrained I was and like how big of a leap that was for me. And I
Uh-huh.
tried to quit a few years ago, not for another opportunity. I was just going to do PR full time
Yeah.
and had like a full on mental breakdown and then like unquit like 3 days later. And I felt such like a resolve with it, or like I felt settled with the decision that nothing was going to sway it, and I think that that's when I knew, when I felt that way, that it was the right decision, and so I'm glad I had that, like, mental clarity and, like, perspective shift of, like, "Okay, this is the right choice for me," and it is scary. It's always scary starting something new. I'm leaving a company I had 17 or 13 years of tenure at for someone, I'm the last person in the door, and if something happens, like, I could be back at square one, but it was at a point where I needed to make a change, or I was going to, like, continue to physically and mentally be unwell, and I think that I'm glad that that happened, and I'm, like, proud of myself for that. I'm proud of myself for teaching 4 fucking classes yesterday, taking a Pilates class, and working a full work day. I'm just like, "Ah, she can still do that," because like, to regular pure barre teachers, that's probably not a lot, like teaching 4 classes in a day, but for me, that's like right now I'm on the sched well, I was on the schedule to teach 11 classes this week. I normally teach, like, 3, and so for me, that's a lot. Like, I'm just teaching if you're not a fitness instructor, like, different modalities take different things out of you and require different things of you, but, like, for me, it's you have to work up to it, like, to do something like that Ava does where she teaches God only knows how many classes a week, or at least in your I'm not gonna call your prime because I think you're in your prime, but, like, in your height of like, you were at, like, what, 14 plus classes a week like, that would be, like,
Yeah.
insane to me, but, like, you can't go from, like, 0 to 14, right? Like, it's definitely, like, a buildup of,
No.
like it takes stamina. Your vocals alone, like, my voice was dead by the end of the day. Um, so I struggle, like, sometimes complaining to you about it because I know that this is, like, your regular day,
No.
but, like, also for me, it's just, like, I'm not u my body's not used to it, and so, like, I was so drained by the end of the day, but, like, also I learned I haven't taught in power in, like, 8 months because I just haven't. I learned an entirely new, like, class in, like, 45 minutes, and luckily I had taught the other class formats that morning, so, like, I could repeat it, but
Right.
I was just like, "Oh, okay, I can still do this if I need to, I don't wanna do it." 'Cause I'm so
No.
tired. I'm so tired. But, when your employee's sick and no one else can cover, that's what you gotta do as an owner and, like, a boss. I showed up, I got it done, and, don't ever call us again, people, but she didn't call us sick.
Don't
She
do it.
she was gonna stay, but I was like, "You're unwell, you need to go home."
Yeah.
She did offer to stay. But, I was like, I can still do it. This old body,
Still got it.
she's still got it.
She's still got it. Um, Moving into kind of like friendship and our partnership and things that
Terrible.
um terrible, awful.
Terrible.
What working together taught us about communication, trust, conflict, any takeaways?
Today was, like, a really good example of how far we come, like, you clearly knew in that conversation that I was not in a good mental space, but, like, I needed to tell you what I needed to tell you. I also think I tried to make it clear, like, I was not lying. I did have another meeting in, like, 2 minutes, so I was like, "I just need to get this out. I need to tell you what I need to tell you," and then I I'm gonna say it quickly because I have another meeting and I have to go. I think it was both things. So I think, like, one thing about having a working relationship with someone that's successful is, like, knowing and understanding how each other communicate, because I think that it's a reciprocal relationship, right? So it's, like, me realizing that if I just unload on you, you're not going without context, like, you're not going to understand it or, like, take it the way that it's probably intended to be taken. On the other hand, it's, like, you also recognizing, like, she's having a bad day because of something else, and, like, this is not about me, and, like, taking yourself out of it, because when you're in a manager-employee relationship, like, those instances are going to happen, right? And so, like, there are times, like, your boss needs to have a conversation with you. Maybe it is constructive, but maybe their full take on it is influenced by something else, and, like, understanding, like, what their true intention is, I think comes with, like, years of, like, trust. You're not gonna build that originally, right? And so I think
No,
that you and I have got to a point where, like, I'm so glad you I hope you mean it when you say, like, "I recognized it wasn't about me. I like, yes, this needed to be addressed, but the rest of the energy around it was probably something else," which it 100% was. And we can, like, continue having, like, a positive, constructive relationship moving forward, you know?
absolutely. Yeah, no, today was a good example, and it's so funny because it's, like, something I've never really done before, maybe, like, a while ago, but it was, like, back-to-back instances, and so, um, no, I was able to recognize just knowing you and knowing who you are, the second I heard your tone of voice, I was like, "Okay, she's having a day. It is not me, or she's just really pissed about this." And then
So,
but
like, the magnitude of the issue was so insignificant. It
yeah,
was more just like, I need to communicate, like, this is what we need to do going forward, but I'm also, like, mad about this other thing that has nothing to do with work or Ava. And also, I have a meeting in 2 minutes that I need to get to, so I just need to get it off because if I don't, I'm gonna forget about it because that's also, like, my toxic trait.
yes,
So I was like, I just need to unload for, like, 2 minutes and in some way also try to make her feel like this is not I'm not, like, mad at her because I wasn't. It was just like, "This is what we need to do going forward. This is what happened. This is how we pivot. I have to go. Bye." It's just like,
yeah,
I need to get off the phone.
yeah. But you called back.
Did I? I don't remember.
You did. You
Oh, good.
yeah. I was like, "Whew, okay, let me just get home because I had just got done teaching a bunch of classes, and then I was dealing with this situation in between classes and made a decision that was poor." And in the heat of just, like, trying to get things done, I'm like, "You know, this is what's gonna happen. This is how it's gonna get fixed. This is what it is." And then yeah, and then I come back to my phone, I'm like, "Oh, no. What did I do? Oh, no." I'm like, "You know what? I need to just wait and talk it out before I make decisions like that because it could affect something else that I have no idea about." So, no, I appreciate you prefacing the conversation first off, like, you started off talking really fast. I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." You're like, "I'm talking fast because I have a meeting in 2 minutes, so I just have to tell you this," because all I could imagine is, like, you speed texting me a bunch of stuff. I'm like, let's just talk."
Well, I know because I started speed texting you, and then I was like, "I just need to call her."
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
I
I
called
also know
you.
how all the texts like oh, you did?
Yeah, I called you,
Oh.
and then you're like, "All right, here's what's gonna happen." Da 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 da. And you're like, "I'm talking fast because I have a meeting in 2 minutes." Da 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 da. I'm like, "Okay, understood."
Yeah, I didn't yeah, don't even remember.
Yeah, and yeah, that whole drive home, I was just like, "It wasn't you, Ava. You made a mistake, but this isn't you.
It's not you.
It's not you. There's something
I
else
also
going on."
need to do a better job of recognizing, like, that the overwhelming amount of text messages I send trigger you, not positive.
Whoa.
So
Yeah,
I'm the
talk
kind of person, if you don't know me, I'll send you, like, a paragraph, but I'll send them as individual sentences, so you just get, like, bing, 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 and it's just I get it's a lot, but that's how my brain works, and I can't help it.
yeah, nothing's more stressful when you're and it's always when I'm teaching, if you or whatever job you're in and you're, like, hyper focused, like giving a presentation or working on something and your phone is just like, "Ding, ding, 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 ding." I'm like, "Who died? What's on fire? What's going on?" But
It's just Katie messaging about
it's
how
just
to
Katie.
set things up in Club Ready
Yes. Um, but why Work, Wives, and Real Lives became more than just a podcast this year. I
because they both forced it.
Yeah, because I forced it, and
And the people
I
love it, all 3 of them.
all 3. "Oh, hi, babe.
"Oh, there's a babe.
How are you?
Watch out for the cords, please."
Is it almost your bedtime?" For me, it became more of a podcast because I feel like I feel like I knew you super well, but I feel like I know you even better now than ever. And I
Uh-huh.
feel like it's helped within the workplace communication too, and knowing like where you come from and how you react in certain situations just based upon topics or things that we've spoken about. And yeah, I don't think, especially like how we're on the subject of today, how just recognizing, okay, she's going through something. And
Yeah.
so I think that fully attributes to the conversations that we have here. Anything else you want to add about 2025?
No, I think it was please, dude. Can you close the door behind you? I'm almost done, I promise. I think it's great to be a working parent. Case in point. Um, no, I think it was a great year of personal development for I'll say for myself, but probably both of us, and career development. And there was definitely, not all great decisions that were made. Sometimes you take a risk on things and it doesn't work out. But you learn lessons from that. And
Absolutely. I think
like,
it's important to take risks.
yeah.
Even I was having a conversation with someone about this where I was talking about changes that we made this past year within the studios. And it's like, we've been doing this for a while. One of the studios has been open for a while. If something's not working, like take the risk, fix it, and test out something different
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
go from there.
Yeah, I
Um,
think you have to take risks. You also have to be prepared that they might not work out.
yes.
But they also could. And so I think that like I'm just gonna be frank, it's been a rough fall and we're not ending the year the way I wish we were. But all I can do is just like rechannel that into what we're going to do in 2026 to make it better. And like also business is not how you perform in a 6 month period. Like, and that is part of being a small business owner is you have to be prepared for those dips. Um, and that it might not be a smooth sailing or exponential growth 12 months out of the year, right? Like you're going to have those dips. And I think that mentally and financially preparing yourselves for those are important. But also not letting that like defeat you and lose faith or that like something from the start isn't growing the way you wanted it to, right? Like um, it's a grind and not every business is going to like pop off right off the bat. And if it does, fantastic. And you should be proud of that. But it doesn't always mean that's the case. And like you're in it for the long game, not for well, some people are in it for a short turnaround. And if you are and that works out for you, fantastic. I love that for you. But a lot of times with building a business, it is a long game. And I think Amy told
Mhm.
me like gave me some quote about how, like, most small businesses or most businesses that I know small businesses, like, take, like, 5 years to turn a profit, and I was like and not that we
Yeah,
haven't, like, turned a ever profit ever at RSM, but, like, I was like, "Okay, well, that makes me feel like," it puts it into perspective of, like, just because you grew this one studio from this to this in this time frame doesn't mean you're gonna grow the other studio, and that they operate completely differently, and, like, having that perspective, I
mhm.
think is important of just, like, not losing focus on, like, what the end goal or, like, end result could be if you just, like, stay in it, stay focused on what it is, and, um, continue to adapt and grow.
Agreed.
I don't know what I said.
Well, no, everything you said was perfect and beautiful, and I I like what you said that not to judge the last 6 months of your business and to take it as a whole.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, going into 2026, that I've got another fire under my butt to hopefully get the studios back on track.
Yeah. Well, they'll get there.
They will. They will. We've had lots of good moments though this past year and, we did it once, we can do it again.
Do it again.
Yep. Do you have a specific word or anything intentions going into 2026 to kind of wrap this all up?
I want to continue. I think it's more of a continuation of what started the second half of the year for me of like being okay to adapt and pivot, and take the losses when they happen, but like not let that, and it's probably honestly, again, that mindset shift I had when I shifted companies is like the losses are going to happen. And then, okay, cool. How do we pivot? How do we make adjustments? How do we grow from here versus like focusing on just like drowning in that, like, oh my God, we failed this month or like this quarter or like whatever it is.
Mhm.
And so I really want to like take that into 2026 of like, we're going to manifest growth. We're going, and I really like it sounds like so crunchy and stupid, but like I really do believe in like manifesting things. They will come. It's how I got engaged. It's how I got pregnant both times. Like it just
Mm.
happens, trust me. Um you just force it into me.
We need to make like a board, like a manifestation board.
Manifestation board. Yeah, no, I just think like we have so much potential, whether it's on the podcast, whether it's on the studios, whether it's in any of our personal endeavors, that, oh, did you bring me a peanut butter cup? Thank you, Levy. Can you bring me some more wine? Levy brought me a peanut butter cup.
Oh,
More wine?
yum.
Thank you. Love you, Bubba. We have so many doors open to us that I think just like fine tuning how to take advantage of them is like what I want to bring into next year.
Yes, I love that.
We talk about the size of this peanut butter cup for a second?
It's
Like,
quite large.
why is
I
it so,
love it.
this has gotta be like a
It's
Trader Joe's one
beautiful.
or something, like, this is not a Reese's.
No, that is not a Reese's brand. Um, I have 2 words to focus on going into 2026 for myself is ambitious and proactive.
Oh, I love it. Is there, can you go get a
Whether that's
towel, please?
something personally,
Sure,
just
hon.
more quality time and being more gracious with my time, to others, and then professionally, mentoring and just continuous education. So,
I love that.
yeah.
I think the more you can, like, delegate, the more personally like, train and delegate, the more personally it's going to serve you.
Yes, absolutely. So that's my biggest thing is just being more ambitious in those things are like lingering in my brain that I have an idea of what I want to do and just being more proactive in doing it because I fall in the habit of, oh, I can do it or um, this can wait. Let me focus on this right now. Or something else comes up and then something else gets pushed aside and just being like more proactive of, no, this is what I wanted to focus on going into this next month. This is what's going to get done, delegate and find solution.
I will say you did like, I'll say it again because I said it earlier. You did such an excellent job on the holiday market. Like, and it sound like it might sound trivial, but like it was our first time doing it. It went so smoothly. All the vendors were amazing. It the like everything was so well planned out. It was just like it was really good.
Yay. It was so hard doing well, I had planned to be there. That was part of the reason why I came into town too the first week of December because I thought it was going to be that first weekend. But then as I was getting responses from all the vendors or not getting responses at all from everyone I was reaching out to, I did further research and saw that there were other markets going on that weekend. And so everyone was going to be already
Yeah,
taking advantage of those larger markets. And so
we're booked and busy.
they were booked and busy, so changed the date, got those responses from people, and just spent my energy doing that, and then started to add even more stuff into December. And like, what am I doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Why did you do this? But
Yeah.
thank you. It was really hard to delegate all of that, but I like to be organized and
Hmm.
prepared and have plans set in place. So that way, day of, I'm not having to answer a bunch of calls of like, why don't we have this? Where can this person go? We don't have enough extension cords for this person's little pop up.
Yeah,
So
I love it. It was so
appreciate it.
good. Honestly, like just knowing you weren't going to be there, you did so much to prep in advance and like it went so smoothly. So
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started blowing up balloons the weekend before. And,
So sweet.
well, I was fully traumatized from our last big event during anniversary weekend where I had everything planned out and set in place, but those plans did not resonate with others. And I walked in on our sweet little operational manager doing everything that I had asked and planned for others to be doing 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm like, why are you doing this? She's like, well, it has to be done. I'm like, you weren't supposed to do this, but here we are.
Lessons learned this year, which
Lessons
we're not
learned.
legally privy to talk about, but
Yeah. Well, that was lovely. 2025. Peace.
26. Let's just
2026.
you know
And
what's funny is my company works on a fiscal year, so they work on July 1st through June 30th.
yeah.
So like and that took me like a whole adjustment because my last company was on a calendar year. And so we're in FY's fiscal year. So we're in FY 26. So like every time I'm just assuming we're in 2026. So like my
Yeah.
calendars are like all off because everyone's like, we're planning for FY 27 right now. And so it's like, wait, it's 2025. What year is it?
You're like, where am I?
Where am
What year
I?
is it?
I don't even know.
Well, something to talk about that's going to be big in 2026 is our
Taylor
girl
Swift.
Taylor getting married. And
Wow.
our reality recap is just going to be solely about Taylor Swift's docuseries. And I have to get this off my chest because I've been too embarrassed to say it in our little group chat. But so we have this website where we can get uh, TV shows, movies, basically not for free. You pay for the site. I think Garrett has something similar, but you can get a bunch of TV shows.
Illegal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But so I was using that
We
site
have one too.
to
It's fine.
I was
We have
using
a
that.
whole box. Like it's a device.
Oh no, it's
We
just
gotta
a
get you.
website.
We gotta get you one of these devices.
Oh my gosh. We just have a website and so we just hook it up to the TV. And so I was typing in Taylor Swift, end of the era, nothing was popping up, but the only thing popping up was the 3.5 hour show
Yeah.
of the Eras
Stunning.
tour. And so I was like, oh, I found it. And so I click on it and it's the full, I think I got all the way into the man where I'm realizing
Song.
I'm like,
All the way into the man.
I don't think this is the docuseries.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
You didn't get the intro when it says this is the final show?
yeah, but I thought that's just how she's introducing the docuseries
So
with like the intro of her show.
once you're done, I need to fully recap my watching experience because I missed it in my recap because it was technically Thursday night.
Yeah.
And I knew we were going to talk about Taylor Swift, but yes.
But yeah, that's my embarrassing moment. And then I'm like, what am I doing? I have Hulu, which is also connected to Disney Plus. So I just got back onto my Disney Plus and found the proper episodes. But then I was confused that it stopped. I'm like, where's the rest? And so I waited the next day, hoping that it would magically appear.
Nope.
And I was
Nope.
like, where is it? I'm like, I'm not going to text Katie or Kelsey because they're probably going to be like, this amateur.
So you Googled it.
So I Googled it. I was like, when does episode 3 drop? And apparently it's going to come out like every Friday,
Yeah.
right? Like
There's going to
she'll
be
drop 2 episodes.
there's 6 total episodes. There'll be 2 episodes a week for 3 weeks. So,
Oh my gosh, I'm going to be booked and busy this weekend with Emily in Paris and T Swift. Wow.
so many theories. So we'll get into that in a second. I just need to recap some full things.
Yes,
So
please recap. That was my embarrassing stories.
Thursday night, we filmed the last pod. As you all obviously remember, I was wearing my Tortured Poet shirt. It was the night that the episodes were dropping. I was drunk by the time the episode was over that we were filming.
Yeah.
Then I ate dinner. And then I passed out on the couch from like 9 o'clock until I remember Garrett trying to get me up. And I was like, no. I woke up at midnight like a true Swiftie. Tried to watch the docuseries until 12:15 and Disney kept crashing. And so I was like, I
Oh
gotta go to sleep.
no.
And this led to my hangover the next day. So then I
No.
wake up at 5 a.m. the next day. Also, a reason I was so unwell on Friday. I had to watch, I don't know why, but I just felt a need to have to watch the final show first, but not the whole final show. So I
Oh,
watched um Cruel Summer, like beginning through Cruel Summer, and then I watched the Tortured Poets set, but I skipped Down Bad because it's like just not one of my favorite songs, and
oh, I
Fortnite.
love that one.
It's fine. It's just like in the show, it's just like it's fine.
Yeah, it's a
But
filler.
I had a limited time span, so I like had timed it out. So
It's a great
I
time in the concert to go use the restroom.
yeah. So I watched most of Tortured Poets except for Down Bad and Fortnite. And then I watched the surprise songs, cried. And then
I skipped through that, or I
I
just stopped
watched
paying attention.
I watched Bejeweled through the end.
Mhm.
I watched the surprise songs. Because I wanted to see, I knew that Cam and Taylor had a moment after he did his little dance and he
Mhm.
hugs her, and then I wanted to watch till the end because it was just so good. So I'm crying, whatever. I watched that whole thing. Then I watched the first 2 episodes of the docuseries, eventually make it into work that day. This is how early I woke up to watch this.
This is a long morning.
This led into me tired for 4 days straight. Like I am exhausted. So it was so good, but I have so many thoughts. So then also I think it was Friday, or maybe it was Saturday. It's Taylor's birthday is on Saturday. She changed on Apple Music, which I don't have Apple Music, so I didn't get to see it. I just watch people on Reels or whatever. She changed lyrics in 2 of the Reputation songs. So obviously Reputation is one of the albums she never re-released. She has said in her letter that she will not be re-releasing Reputation because a lot of people speculate like a lot of the album is about her ex-boyfriend who she had a long-term relationship with, and it would be too hard to re-record it. um, it is my favorite album, hands down. So, but we all need the vault tracks. But which she has said she will basically has said she will release the vault tracks at one point. But she changed 2 of the lyrics or 2 lines in 2 of the songs, and
Which
released them.
songs?
I did something bad. And so instead of saying, if a man talks, I think this is the right one. If a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. And I don't regret it one bit because he had it coming. So she changed it to, if a man talks shit, I don't owe him nothing. If he called me a
Oh.
bitch, then he had it coming. So she
Ooh.
changed that line, which I Did Something Bad is my favorite song on Reputation.
Is that the one where it goes, I did something bad, feels so
Yes,
good?
that's the name of the song, yes.
Is that how it goes, though? I feel like I've heard it before
So, like,
somewhere.
right before the chorus, there's obviously 2 different times where she does a line similar to this, but they're different each time. So it's, "If a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. I don't regret it one bit because he had it coming." But she changed that second line too, "And if he calls me a bitch, then I owe him nothing," or something like that. And so instantly a fan. Delicate, she added like a goddamn in there somewhere. Delicate's not my favorite song on the album, but I feel like she does like it because she released a music video for it like back when it came out, and it was a song on the Eras tour. It's a fine song. It's just not my favorite one. Anyway, so there's that. She keeps dropping 2s like this. So I'm convinced in addition that we're getting an Eras tour live album, because if you watch during Life of a Showgirl with the captions on, or not Life of a Showgirl, during I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, the Eras tour movie, she with the caption like closed captions on, it tells you the name of the song and like when it's coming out. And so when the song starts playing, it was like, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, hashtag like something showgirl version or something. So it's like a different
Oh.
technical name of the song. So I'm convinced 100% releasing a live version album. And then
Mm.
also the way she's releasing the album. So she's really, or the documentary series, which I haven't even got into yet, but it's 2 episodes a week for 3 weeks. 3 times 2 is 6. Reputation's a 6 album. We had these lyric changes. It's still the Year of the Snake, which the snake was like the symbol of the album. So the Year of the Snake goes through until in Chinese culture. I believe it goes through like February or March. So she has time to release
Yeah.
it. I don't think she's ever going to release the full re-record of Reputation, but I think she'll release a partial re-record of it with the vault songs and with some songs re-recorded, and I think it's coming. So I'm very excited.
We shall be waiting.
But the documentary series, I cry. I've watched it twice now, all the way through, or maybe 3 times. So good. Of course, just the first 2 episodes, but, like, I cried. What were your thoughts as, like, a non-Swiftie? Obviously, the Swifties are, like, dying, but, like, what is your thoughts as, like, a newer Swiftie, I might call you?
Yeah, I feel I wouldn't call myself a Swiftie, but I'd call myself a
Yeah,
of
that's
fan
fair.
of T Swift.
Yeah.
Being a fan, it was beautifully done. It was really cool to see the um obviously I was a dancer, and so seeing the audition of Cam and then also having
I thought you
Mandy.
would like I wasn't sure if you would like the dancer-focused episode, because like, would it
No,
be
I
triggering to you, or would you
it
appreciate it?
a little bit of both, but it was really cool to see just an artist appreciate the hard work of everyone, not just like the dancers, but they focused on the dancers too, of their hard work and not judging them based upon how they look or and just being able to tell a story through movement or through their music, through their voice. I liked the speech that she gave at the very end of going into her final show with her crew,
Yeah.
specifically the dancers, the vocalists, the band, of just talking about how everyone in that room has heard someone tell them no or tell them why not to do something. And I feel like no matter what space you're in professionally, artistically, you've heard someone tell you, don't do that. That's not going to be successful, or setting yourself up for failure, or you're not going to be able to make a career out of that. That's not going to provide enough means to like progress in life. And I mean, that's stuff I've heard all the time about pursuing dance and initially choosing to do that over going to college right out the gate, like graduating high school. I mean, I moved to New York right away after graduating high school and pursued that because that's something I was passionate about. I knew I had a talent. I knew it gave me purpose, and I knew I was made for something more than just sitting in a classroom and learning, which is great. And something I did later on when I came back from being a dancer, but it was really cool hearing her just kind of speak that out into existence, but also seeing her recognize her
Mhm.
crew and
Yeah.
that she sees them how they were as young kids, like the sweat, the blood, the tears, the no's, the yeses, and then future them being able to talk about this and encourage others to take that leap of faith, to be ambitious. That's probably why that's my word going into 2026 is to be ambitious and not
Mm.
let what I think people are going to perceive if I follow this direction and not that direction, or if I take this path and not that path, and just follow what feels right.
Yeah.
And the good Lord will provide.
Love it.
But
It's
yeah, that was my favorite part was seeing all that, just kind of like the background, hearing the specific. They only focused on Cam and Amanda. I don't know why I have this accent all of a sudden. Only specific
Amanda Marinara.
marinara, Amanda. Just things that
Marinara.
sound right coming out as an accent is what you'll hear.
Yeah.
But
Interesting choice you've made.
yeah, but initially that one dancer taking uh being retired and then becoming a choreographer and then Taylor recognizing her talent. But I can't imagine her body pain and aches going
Mhm.
through all that pain that led to retirement. And then when Taylor Swift calls and says, no, you're a pop star, you need to be a dancer on this stage, I'd be like, all right,
Yeah.
here we go.
We gotta do it.
We got to do it. When will you get that opportunity again?
Probably for
Probably.
her, most 99.9% of dancers in the world, you would never get that opportunity again.
No, 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 no. So yeah, that whole thing really touched me on that. And then the bonuses that they all got. and that's, like, unheard of in the industry at all.
The number I heard, like, that's commonly accepted on the internet that the dancers got, and granted, this was just for one leg of the tour, so they did multiple legs, and so they had
Yes.
bonus day multiple times. Not to say that they got the same amount each time, but the number that, like, most people agreed that, like, lip readers or whatever people inferring things said that it was $750,000 a person. Like, that's
Like,
life-changing for people.
life-changing. I would have vomited, passed out, all the things if I saw that number. And
I
being
like, I the one dancer who, like, literally had to hit his inhaler because it was like
greatest part. He literally yeah, he took a whiff of his inhaler. I yeah, I would have needed an inhaler after reading that. I'd be like, "This is not real. This is not real." And then yeah,
it's crazy.
insane. Insane. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are my thoughts
I
so
loved
far.
it.
I can't wait to see more of the Travis Kelce of it all and the
Mhm.
progression.
Yeah, some people are, like, angry that she's, like, giving focus to Travis, like, she's putting a guy in front of who cares? Like, he's
They're
part of her
just
story, and if
jealous.
she
Yeah.
wants to tell that part, like, let her tell it.
Oh my gosh, right? I I would tell that story. Hell yeah.
Truly.
Fortunately, you'll never hear my story between me and my lover.
Oh, well, one day
That's
maybe.
one day maybe. But yeah, all the haters can go away. Like she's in love, let her be in love.
Let her be.
Yeah, that was a huge significance to her blossoming on whatever leg of the tour he came into the picture.
First one. Like, her
Wow.
first I don't know if it was the first concert or it was, like, shortly after the first concert where it was, like, public knowledge that she, like, had broken up with her ex-boyfriend, who she was with for, like, 6 years, um, and she's singing "Lover,"
Yeah.
which was about him, and she's crying during the thing, and it's just, like, to go from that to that, like, within the same tour, and to write a whole album about it, and then another album about it, like,
Yeah, she wrote
s the work, oh my god.
Girlfriend went through a lot. Yeah, she went through that first breakup with what's
Joe.
his yeah, Joe.
Alwyn,
Yeah, the guy on the screen.
the cut in the screen, and then dated Maddie Healy, huge mistake, for, like, a hot second,
Gross.
but gave us one of the best albums of all time with Tortured Poets Department.
Remember when she, like, lipped something on stage and then later at his concert, he, like, lipped something on stage too?
Yeah, I think it was
Ew.
I Love You.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Disgusting.
Gross.
He is so gross, but, like, you know what? We all have, like I never did, but, like, someone when you were younger that you were, like, infatuated with, and it just never worked out, and that the stars aligned, and you guys were both available at the same time later in life. Like, I can get how, like, a younger, uninformed, unmatured version of yourself could have thought this person was, like, maybe interesting, but I'm glad that whoever dumped who, I don't really care. I'm glad that it was realized that this was not the right person because he's a trash human
Gross.
and
So gross.
so gross. Side note, not related to Taylor, but also related to Taylor because Actually Romantic is about this person. Charlie XCX, did you see the trailer for her movie coming out? But it's like she's in it, but it's like a fictionalized version of her on tour. And like Alexander Skarsgård's in it. Have
No,
you seen
but
this?
no, Charlie XCX is just truly obsessed.
She's a co-core, which is fine. Like, do you? That's not fine. Like, I don't know. I'm not here to judge drugs, but no, did I dream about this or is this a real movie?
I don't know. I've been disconnected from the pop
I'm gonna
culture
Google it
world.
because I swear this is real and I didn't just dream about it last night. Hold please. But no, I swear there's like a movie she has coming out, and I was like, oh, it's a concert movie, cute, everyone does that. But then it's like a fictionalized movie about yes, it's called The Moment. I didn't make this up. It's a concert film, but it's like has fictionalized elements to it. It's about her brat tour, but it's like Alexander Skarsgård's in it as someone who works for her. Like there's actors in it playing parts. Like it's not like an actual
Oh,
documentary.
okay.
It's
Weird.
interesting.
We're not
It's
interested,
called
Charlie.
according to Wikipedia, it's called a mockumentary.
She's just trying to be different and it's not working.
Uh, yeah. No, you should Google this movie. It's Rosanna Arquette, a bunch of people I don't know, and Alexander Skarsgård, and then Charlie XCX.
She has great songs, but I don't know. I'm not interested. Sorry. Sorry, Charlie.
I've never been interested, and I also think it's interesting that Taylor had her as an opener on her tour, which as a new artist, not that you have to be like forever indebted to this person, but like that's a huge thing for your career is to be an opener for Taylor Swift on a world tour.
Yeah.
And then to come out after the tour and say you felt like you were performing for your like children and that like basically that the whole tour was a joke. And I'm like, when would you have ever got this
So then she
platform
makes that
before?
album called Brat.
Yes.
Like, how childish.
And writes a song about Taylor Swift and how stupid she is. And I'm just like, so you got a platform you would have never gotten if it wasn't for Taylor bringing you on tour with her. She not only did you open for her, but she also brought you out during Shake It Off and like had you sing with her during the tour because I was physically there and I saw it.
Honestly, Shake It Off is kind of childish, but
It's one of her worst
But-
songs, but like
it's-
you still got
No.
brought out on stage during a Taylor Swift worldwide concert to sing a song with her. Like you got a platform majority of artists will never ever get, and you're going
No.
to complain that this person is a joke. Like you're a fucking joke. How about that? Don't come for my girl. Oh my
Don't
god.
come for Taylor Swift. But I will say, Shake It Off wasn't her worst song ever. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Me, hey.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
There was so much going on. Me, exclamation point. Terrible.
I think she knows. I think there's a reason.
Yeah,
that
she's
was the
so
main
embarrassed.
single that from Lover wasn't on part of the set list from the Eras
Someone
tour, like-
literally held her at gunpoint and said, "You're singing this song." And it shows. It was terrible.
So watching the Miss Americana documentary where it's part of it is recording Lover, it's actually cute watching her like be excited about it. But then I think like once it all came out, it was like, is this the vibe we're going for? I don't think it resonated with the fans as much as other songs did, but I'm glad that she pivoted and leaned into the songs that fans did resonate with and not me. Like, he's like Wyatt loved me.
Of
Me's
course.
great for, I think Wyatt was 3 or 4 at the time, so she loved that song.
Yeah.
She was probably 3 because she was supposed to go on tour in 2020 when Wyatt would have been 3. And then it got canceled because COVID. So Wyatt loved me, but like as an adult, I have never actually put that song on. I will say that.
Hell no. I don't even think you can find it anywhere. It's been burned from the archives.
Yeah. I appreciate Shake It More. Shake It More. Shake It More.
Shake it more.
Shake It Off after watching the
Yes, it was
the Eras tour. 'Cause
very
I like the
tastefully done.
choreography. Yes, I like the choreography. I like how the band plays it in the show. So I do appreciate Shake It Off more. It's still not like my choice of like music where I'll like willingly put Shake It Off on in my car.
No, that one, it just randomly comes on shuffle and you're like, I guess.
But then you have to sing it.
And then you have to
off.
sing it.
Shake it off.
It's terrible. No, we're not shaking it off.
I like the bridge though. I like all of her bridges. So
Hey. You've been
my
tagged
ex-man.
by his new
Got a new
girlfriend.
girlfriend. She's like, oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God.
I'm just gonna shake
shake
into
it
the man.
to the
Come
fella
over there with the
hella
good
good hair.
Why don't you come on over, baby? We can shake.
Shake. Ah.
We're so fun.
If anyone wants to give us a record deal, we're available.
I actually have a lovely singing voice.
We're feeling ambitious and proactive this coming year. Sign
record
me
deals.
on.
Here we come.
Record deals. Here we come. Wow, what a time. Any other thoughts on T Swift documentary series?
No, 10 out of 10, and then I'm ready to like close this one out and close the year out.
Question though. Oh.
Yeah.
The elder man who is not her father that is always
Yeah.
backstage.
Robert Allen.
Who is he?
He's her tour manager.
Cute. Well,
He is like one of the top executives at 13 Management, which is her management company.
Wow. I thought it was like an uncle.
Nope, he's British.
A Cheerio.
And he is one of like the high, like he's been with her forever. He's one of the high ups at her management company, and from what I understand, he's her tour manager.
It's his top client. Love to see it.
I think it's his only one because he works for her.
Keep on keeping on.
You know, the people that work for
Roger,
her though,
whatever
like
his name is.
don't work for her on a full-time basis, like in that capacity. They don't work for other people. Like she for
Tree, no,
sure.
Tree ain't working for anyone else but T.
You don't need to. Like she's got to pay. I'm sorry, but if you're paying if you're paying the truck drivers $100,000 bonuses per
My
leg,
gosh,
you're
I
paying your
can't
full-time,
imagine.
like annual employees not tied to a specific tour some amount of money that is like they will never ever leave unless they are fired for some reason. Like you have no reason to leave or work for anyone else.
We need to find a way to get on to her team of
Oh,
talent.
obviously.
What would I do? I don't, I guess I could dance.
That's I have no functional skills to provide. I always dream that one day Garrett will be her CPA, but
No, what you could be is, um, gosh, it'll come to me in like 2 days, but I'll let everyone know. Um, Gosh, no, what is it? You would be her PR.
that's what she
Is
is
that what
trained
Tree is?
for. Tree has got the
Okay, well,
walk
Tree's
on
gotta retire at some
PR.
point, and then here comes Katie Nyberg. But yeah, Garrett will be her CPA. You will be her PR, and
To be good at PR because I would just embolden her to say whatever she feels like, even if it meant public backlash, because I just don't care.
yeah.
So I just want Garrett to be her CPA so that I can just be like a friend by association,
Yeah.
not like have to work for her.
And then my husband will be her security.
He needs to be private security. I've been telling him that for years.
Could you imagine just seeing him everywhere? Just like, yeah, it'd be funny. I would just laugh every single time.
Oh, I always look for her security in the background in videos or photos or whatever
For
that come
sure.
out. And I'm like, I know him, I know him, I know him. Like, I know all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, it's up to our husbands to
Yeah.
get us.
We don't want to work.
Yeah, what do we know? I'm like, I guess I'll shake my booty.
Whatever.
I guess I'll shake it off. I don't know.
No,
Well,
no,
we
no.
can't wait for the following episodes that are in
We
the
will
queue.
recap the whole season, the whole mini series. In the
Yes.
new year. So
In the
sad.
new year, and we'll be in person.
In person.
Yeah, I didn't realize how quick in the new year I will be in town.
Truly. January 4th. Yeah. I don't even come home till January 5th. So you and Pepper
Me
hold me
and
on the fort.
Pepperoni holding the fort down with the chickens.
They're still
Are they
alive.
still around?
We have two.
Nice. Oh,
Nice.
what happened to the third?
I walked up there like it was a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago or two. I just walked up there in the morning, as one does, to check on them and grab eggs and stuff. And I
Cute.
noticed like, so they have like a full enclosure, and then there's
Yeah.
like a house within the enclosure, and the door to the house was open, which it's not locked because nothing can get in through the enclosure, but it's always closed. So they had to like push it open. I was like, that's weird. And then I just see this like head hanging out and it was dead.
Gosh. No.
I'd physically it looked fine. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh,
Sometimes they can um peacock at each
oh,
other.
uh, yeah.
Like "Papa!" And they like kind of like tussle. And
Yeah,
then
they like
we
size
think
up.
yeah, thank you. We think what happened is she might have jumped up to like peacock and hit her head and broke her neck because she clearly died and then fell into the door and her neck was just kind of hanging. So when you're a chicken farmer, I will say you have to have a very
A chicken farmer.
neutral, and to be clear, we don't eat our chickens. I would never eat my chicken. I eat chicken. I could never
No.
eat an animal that lived in my house. But I also, with the chickens, I have a very like neutral perspective on them. As
Circle of life.
it's a circle of life where if it's my dog, full mental breakdown.
No,
But like the chickens, the betta fish, I'm just like,
it is what it is.
they die sometimes. We don't know why.
What a sad way to go. Just, size and dicks.
They're all girls, size and dicks.
Hey,
Hey,
you know?
she died anyway. So yeah, we have two, and they're
Oh,
funny.
well, I'm glad you said that because if I ever go find my way up there again.
Remember last time you were watching them without us, and you thought there was one more than there was, and you're like, you were freaking out because you thought that.
Well, yeah, because a bobcat was
Mm,
trying to it knew that there was a change in um
management.
management and the normal just whatever. Yeah, change in management at the house. And so it saw an opportunity and of course Pepper being the amazing dog she is, sniffed that there was some unknown creature in her backyard.
Yard.
And so yeah,
Yeah.
and so hearing her bark at like 3 in the morning and then immediately hearing the chickens, I was like, and then I was like, do I let Pepper out? And then I stuck my head out and I turned on the lights in the backyard. I didn't see anything. And then when I thought it was like safe enough, I had Pepper go out there. She didn't see anything. She came back in. And I was like, later on that morning, I should probably check on the chickens. And I made my way up there. And then I texted you. I was like, oh my gosh, craziest thing happened. And then I'm like, don't worry. All two of the chickens are there. And you're like, "We have 3." I was like,
That's what it
"Oh."
was.
I ran back up there and you're like, "No, it's okay. One of them usually hides in its house." And there she was, curled up in a ball.
Stevie, she
Yeah.
died.
R.I.P. Stevie. But then the
R.I.P.
next
Stevie.
night, the bobcat was feeling really ballsy and it literally looked in my soul. So the
It knew that you were
oh,
like,
yeah, it was testing me. I was
yeah,
like, "I will unleash Pepper on you," because I didn't realize how small bobcats were.
yeah. They're
I
like
was
large
like
house cats.
yeah, I was like, "This is a kitten." I'm like,
I need a
"What?"
pee so bad, so I need you to hurry up the story so we can wrap this up.
Anywho, so I just turned on the light and the bobcat was in the hedge of the bush, just staring into my soul, and I
Yeah,
said, "Bitch,
get out the way
get out the way." And it sure did. It just, like, slowly creeped back into the bush, and I never saw it again.
as a cat does. Creepers.
Yes.
All right,
Anywho,
I had a great 2020. I have to pee so bad. Like
this was a great time. You're gonna have 2 weeks to finish this 2-hour
an 11-minute and
episode.
49-second episode. We love you. Thank you for tuning in
Love
this year.
you.
Look forward to next year with more chaos, more unsolicited, or no, unpopular opinions. I don't even know what I called it.
Unpopular opinions, some
More
dramatic
dramatic
email.
readings,
Yes,
and then more like work wife talk
all the
and
things.
reality recap, obviously, because it never stops serving.
Never.
But happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy all the things. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We are here on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, anywhere you get your podcasts to carry you through
Like,
the holiday
comment,
season.
subscribe
Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.
in that order. Bye.
Mwah.